everybody, I'm Lisa.
I'm Kelly.
And we are the Nerd Herd. And this week we're talking about how we went to Ironfest at Lithgow. And we're also talking about Free Comic Book Day.
Yes.
And we're also going to talk about the upcoming Evangelion movie.
Yeah.
And we're also, this week we're going to be going actually to the Evangelion expedition. So we'll have a podcast about that.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be. So tell us, Kelly, with Lithgow Ironfest, what do you think of it?
It was good, but the first day was so cold, and I didn't realise actually how cold it was.
Oh, it was freezing, people.
It was, and I did the Ahsoka. I think I was a bit crazy, and I didn't do the winter one, and I just realised because one of our friends said to me, "You do realise there's a winter Ahsoka."
A winter Ahsoka?
Yes, a winter Ahsoka. And I was like, damn it, I should have done that. But I did the dress one. I did get sick.
Yeah, we both got sick,
Yeah, we both
actually.
got sick.
Because on the Lithgow on the Saturday, it pissed rain.
Yeah.
And it got down to like 6 degrees. And I was running around as Donna. Thank God, even in my leather coat.
Yeah, you were freezing still.
I was so cold, man. Like, seriously, it was ridiculous. I had to get drunk on mead.
Yeah, to get warm.
Just to get warm. And then we went back up to our hotel room. Thank God we stayed where we stayed.
Exactly.
Because I ended up falling asleep in Thomas's lap at like 8 o'clock at night.
Yes, you did. That was alright. At least, you know, it was a warm room. Thank God for that.
Thank God at Lithgow Ironfest they actually have a hall where there's heaters.
Yeah, exactly. That was really great. Sunday was great too. I did Rogue on Sunday.
Yeah, I did my Gallifreyan cheerleader. And
Yeah.
the whole thing about it is, if you've never been, Lithgow Ironfest is actually a medieval fair. But the thing was that it was dying a couple of years ago, so they decided to throw it open to cosplayers. So they did a steampunk theme.
Yeah, last year. And it just went gangbusters. So this year, yeah. Theme was time travel, wasn't it?
Yes, and I was invited as Donna Noble to it. And of course we do Sydney Sabre Arena.
Yes.
So of course we decided to rock up with the Star Wars crew, which was fine, you know. But yeah, like if it didn't rain on the Saturday, we would have had a lot better time.
We would have, and I think we could have actually had a bit of a fight.
Yeah, we could have. We had a fight.
We did have a fight.
I got some photos from the fight on my camera.
Oh, awesome!
We did have a fight, and you know, it just pissed rain basically, and it was just so cold and
muddy. That's the other thing.
Oh,
because
it was muddy.
Most of the medieval and stalls and stuff were actually outside.
Yeah.
And reenactment and everything was outside, so it, you know, and trudging around in mud was not very ideal.
No.
So I think to the I know you know they've got to do, because reenactments are outside and everything,
Yeah.
but it would have been better if most of the other stuff would be in a hall. I think we'd probably still have a lot more fun.
Well, the other thing is too is that like our 2 builders are inside. They're our mates.
Yeah. And
they're fantastic. And they like the Doctor Who thing. Like I know they tried to get DWCA, who just point blank refused to come over the mountain, which is stupid.
It's not that far.
It's not. Like Kelly and I caught the train from Strathfield to Lithgow.
Exactly.
With City Rail, and it cost $8.
Yep.
And it was good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there was a few Doctor Who, like a lot of Doctor Who cosplayers there.
They did have the TARDIS.
They did have the TARDIS, and you could win the TARDIS.
The only thing I got sick of hearing by the end of the weekend was the Doctor Who theme. It went over and over
again.
And it didn't matter where you were in the park, because once you were like near the actual TARDIS, the one that they were giving away, they were playing it. And then I got inside to the R2 builders, and they were playing it.
Oh, but the R2 builders did a really cool thing. They did like a loop with like scenes from like series, the current series airing back, and they did like different quotes. They had different songs. They had a lot of the songs for the soundtracks and stuff. So it wasn't just Doctor Who theme. But the one they played at the gate was a real Dodge version, like a Dodge 80s version.
It was the 80s Tom Baker one, because I knew it straight away.
Oh no, it wasn't the 80s Tom Baker one. It was some Dodge ass version they got from somewhere. I don't know where. It wasn't the proper one.
But it was on like repeat.
Oh, yes. And I ended up doing, like, because Luke Sanders was the Doctor for the weekend, so I ended up doing a lot of posing with him at the front.
There were a lot of Doctor Who cosplayers who did come, though.
And Hex. Hex from EB Games rocked up.
Yeah.
And I didn't know she comes every year, and I was like, okay, fine. And I ended up meeting her and stuff, and me and Luke actually got onto her Facebook, which was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I found a lot of it was there's just a lot of... It was like a market with a medieval fair.
Yeah, that's how I found it. When I could move, that is, because as soon as Ahsoka and all the kids saw Ahsoka, they went nuts. They all went nuts. So it was like...
She had more fun than I did.
On the Saturday, because I was dressed as Ahsoka, but then because everyone was like, can you pose with R2? Can you pose with R2? And as soon as I went to go move, they're like, can you stay there? And I'm like...
I ended up yelling at some Daleks.
And I wish the camera that we're filming on now...
Worked. Because I did some great Dalek yelling.
Oh, it was so awesome. It was hysterical. And I know that people out there actually have it on camera somewhere. So
yeah, but they won't send it to me.
Yeah, and I was hoping it would turn up on YouTube or something. Like
no.
I can't find it anywhere.
No. Well, most people don't know me as a Dr. Don. They probably were there Donna Noble yelling at Dalek or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, well, that's what I was looking for, but couldn't find anything.
I don't know anymore. But what I found with it is that if you've ever been to Winterfest...
Yeah.
If you've been to Winterfest, you've pretty much been to Ironfest, because Winterfest and Ironfest have the same reenactors.
Yeah, except the exception this year was the time travel.
Well, it's more of the fact too is that the reason why Ironfest is a big one is because they don't just do medieval; it's all reenactors from everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So and they even had a Stargate.
Yeah, they had a Stargate because it was time travel.
Yeah, they had a Stargate and that kind of thing. Like, they did try and make the effort quite well. It was just the weather was so shit that it just let them down.
Exactly. Otherwise, because Saber and Ina were prepared to fight, we were actually prepared to fight.
Oh, wow, I wanted to have a fight. I was like, yeah, let's go, people.
Yeah. And Sunday we could have actually had a fight.
Well, we were going to, but we just never got there.
We never got there, but my boot broke.
Oh, your boots broke.
My boots broke.
This guy charged us $20 to put rivets in her boots so she could have, like, a lace-up boot.
Yeah, because my boot actually broke when I got there. Walking, yeah.
But the other thing too was that they had a theatre. Did you go to the theatre bit? They had a theatre there with like local kids doing like acrobatics and stuff like that, and they had like shows and stuff. So they did try and provide entertainment.
No, I didn't even get to see that.
I went to the playing card reader.
Oh yes.
She basically told me I was depressed. It's really nice to know that you pay someone $35 to read your fortune to tell you that your life is shit. Thanks for that.
Thanks.
I could have rang my mum. And then, of course, I ran into this other guy, Adam. Oh, there goes my Sonic. And he actually did the tarot card reading for me, and he actually made me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
He was a tarot card reading wrestler.
There you go. I did see the French ladies who were doing the big ring. Did you see that? And everyone was sitting on haystacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they were doing a bit of acrobatic stuff there. But
yeah.
So that was actually the French quarters.
Yeah. Well, see, they had like a French bit, and they had like an English bit, and they had like an American bit, and they had like a World War II thing.
A Viking part.
Oh, they had that was the thing.
That was actually quite funny.
That was funny. We found out on Sunday morning, what was it, the Vikings and the French had a kick-off? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and apparently overnight everyone had drank too much mead, and the Vikings beat the shit out of the Frenchies.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I don't think we would actually speak about that.
Oh, well. Anyway. But the other thing is, too, is that, the weather really let Lithgow down. But where we stayed was good.
Yeah, well, everyone's like, oh, it's a 20-minute walk. And we thought, screw it.
Oh, screw it. Like, we called taxis and then we walked it.
Yeah, and then we thought, screw this, we're just going to walk it.
No, it was the taxi driver who told us it was 5 minutes. He was like, why are you catching a taxi?
Oh, yeah, because every other taxi driver told us it was about 20 minutes or something,
yeah, they were trying to get their $8 out of us every time.
And then we decided to walk it.
It was easy.
Yeah, it was so easy, and we were just like, this is not that far.
No.
Really, it wasn't. Even in my high heels on Sunday, it wasn't that far.
And we managed to catch a train back at 3:30 on the Sunday.
Which was good.
Which was a good idea. You know, because it is a 2-hour trip, but it's a nice trip.
It is, and we actually got to see stuff this time.
I know! Unlike on Friday night where we saw nothing.
We didn't even get to see lights. Like, there was no...
It's just black.
It was just pitch black.
It's just black. It's like, why? It's like, you got black.
And more black.
Gonna need blacker.
Exactly.
So, herders, if you do go to Lithgow, I suggest don't camp, because our mates camped and they froze.
Well, they said they were alright, but...
Yeah, but they were full of mead.
They were full of mead, but they also had thermal. See, this is a thing.
Yeah, they had thermals.
They had thermals. We didn't have thermals.
No, we got tights though, but that doesn't help.
That doesn't help. We didn't wear thermals. They had thermal sleeping bags. They had thermal everything, so that's why they were nice and warm.
Yeah.
We, on the other hand, decided to, as girls, being girls, decided, no, we want somewhere we can actually shower.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom in private.
Yeah, and have a fridge.
And have a fridge and have like a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or
yeah.
something. You know,
well, she doesn't drink tea or coffee. She drinks hot water.
Yeah, hot water. So, yes, I know, I'm crazy. But, so yeah, so at least we got to stay somewhere, you know, that, and it had a heater.
I slept next to the heater.
Yeah, you did.
But the other thing was too is that like where we stayed at the commercial, like for $130 for the night, we got like free breakfast and a room for 2 people.
Exactly.
You know, and that was the thing. Lithgow's a nice town in itself. I quite liked it. Like, you know, if I said to you, what do you want to do for the day? And you'd probably be like, well, let's go up to the mountains.
Yeah, exactly. You know? It's nice.
Well, it's only like $8 on the train.
Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly, and it's nice.
It is nice
it
indeed.
Just don't go on a rainy day.
Yeah, don't.
No.
Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is Free Comic Book Day, which just happened on May the 4th, Star Wars Day.
Yay!
So, Kelly, you went to the Sydney one.
I did.
And what did you think?
Well,
where'd you go?
I started off at Parramatta. Here's the thing. Trains weren't running.
Great.
So, here I am in my red costume. Sorry to all the Star Wars guys. And yes, but I was like, it's Free Comic Book Day. I do Star Wars every other time, as Lisa can testify to.
Yeah, testify!
And I thought, no, this time I'm going to do something different. So I did Rogue, my Rogue from X-Men. The old 90s version, which is the yellow and the green with the belt buckle. Actually, I had the belt buckle this time. And yellow boots this time round. And so, you know, Mum's like, oh, I don't really want you walking around like that. And I'm like, well, there's going to be all these cosplayers anyway. But anyway, so I started off with Phantom Zone. I didn't even get into I got to the street where Phantom Zone was. Didn't even get into the door before I got asked for photos. People just came up and went, I gotta get a photo.
Awesome!
So, yeah, so I got into Phantom Zone. I met Chewie there.
Yeah, if people don't know what we're talking about, we're going to meet Choo Choo.
Yeah. So, he said he came out because it was too claustrophobic, and I was thinking, well, it's only a small store, how can it be so claustrophobic? I went in.
It's called shitloads of people in a small space.
But I went, well, see, because I've been there when there's like 2 or 3 people, and that's about it. And that's usually what happens at Phantom Zone. And I went in and, well, they had an artist there, which I didn't realise they actually had.
Go artist.
Yeah. The only thing with this artist was he was a really slow drawer. Really good. I'm sorry, but really good. But you know, and that's why all these people were lining up, because I was thinking, oh, maybe they're lining up to buy all these comics. They weren't. They were lining up for this artist. But if you dressed up, you actually could take as many. Like they had like a deal on about you.
Oh, really?
Getting so many free comics.
Well, I went to the one in Melbourne because I was visiting my fella. You know, I do have a fella, and we went to All Stars, and he had never been to Free Comic Book Day. Ultra massive nerd, never been. So I took him in, and we got there about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they had an artist alley, and we went. It was actually, I like the way they did it. They had it in the street next door to the shop, in the central Melbourne, and they had like 4 tents with like 3 artists in each one. And they were there for like 90-minute stints. And there was people lined up and everything like that. And then they had another one. And I wanted to see my friends Tom Taylor and Tristan Jones.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I had to wait an hour. So Mike and I decided we'd line up. And I have to admit, All Stars did it really well. They had a line. You know, you waited. We waited 10 minutes in the line.
That's pretty, really good, actually.
Yeah, I had a snog in the line. And then, And...
Yeah, it's us.
I like snogging. Give me a break. And then we got in, and of course you had to walk up the stairs. When you walked up the stairs, you actually popped out at the sales counter. Oh. And then they had a lot, like behind the sales counter through. Then they had a line marked all around. So you just lined up, and you got your comics, and you're allowed 4 comics each.
Yeah, that was the standard.
It was 4, and I didn't mind that. But the fact was, though, the only people in cosplay were, besides me, were the staff.
Oh, no.
And they were in dodgy X-Men cosplay. You know, like they had like a dodgy Rogue and dodgy, you know,
yeah, if you're going to do it,
whatever.
If you're going to do something, do it right.
Yeah. And that kind of thing. And we walked around, we had a look, and we went out to have a look at the collectibles thing, and Mike was, because the guy I'm seeing is a bit older than I am, and we're looking at like all the Star Wars stuff and all the collectibles and that, and we're both exhausted. And I said to Mike, I said, we might as well go home.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, you sure?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, because this is shit." So, yeah, we ended up leaving and catching the train back to the airport.
Well, I ended up going from Parramatta, from Phantom Zone, into the city, and I didn't realise, but King's had a line out the door, and it was
Kings.
And it actually had like a huge line, and people had been lining up from 5:30 in the morning to get in, and they had cosplays galore, and they had a cosplay comp, and they've got different categories for the cosplay comps. They had a kids one, a sci-fi / horror, and a superhero.
Wow.
Yeah, so and then from Kings I went into Kinokuniya, and they had the artist gallery, and they had like a big U-shaped artist gallery. So I met some of the people I know who did that. Zombie Cities actually sold out.
Yay!
That's an art. If you don't know what Zombie Cities is, go check it out. It's actually an Australian
it's a zombie
comic, but written about Australia, and it's quite funny. One of the back on the back blurb is, you know, how do you defeat zombies in Australia with a cricket bat?
Good work.
You know, so it's quite funny.
True Australianism right there.
Exactly, and cosplayers came in galore. There was a big photo shoot, which I didn't do because I went to lunch. I was like starving, and I didn't realise.
It's hard work being rogue.
Oh, it is. It is. It's really hard work. Well, especially like because you know I get stopped. So I went back and forth from Kinokuniya to Kings. In Kinokuniya, also were running a cosplay comp as well.
Cool.
So yeah, and they had different categories to put in as well. And I got some photos and stuff. And Kings put up a photo of me versing Wonder Woman. So we had a DC versus Marvel.
Cool.
And me and the Jedi brethren, who I kind of betrayed by not doing May the 4th.
Screw them.
Sorry, guys. but as I said I do it every other time. I said, you know, so, and everyone kept asking, am I going to be at Supernova? And unfortunately, not this year.
No, Kelly's doing what I did and is going to America.
Yeah.
Yeah, be prepared for the post-shocking report.
Yeah.
I didn't do my Gallifrey report because I just didn't have anything nice to say about America, really.
But we'll see how it all goes.
Yeah, you might enjoy it more.
Yeah, well, my first stop's Canada, so...
And she has a 5-year-old to take to Disney.
Yay!
Yay!
I haven't been to Disney ever, so we'll see how this goes.
I did, and I loved it.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is breaking news, if anybody knows. Now, Neon Genesis Evangelion, the epic anime, which is now 18 years old.
Is it really that old?
Yeah. It's like 18 years old,
God, I feel old now.
I feel old. So, the epic anime that we've had going for all this time, and if anybody who knows me personally knows that I'm a massive Neon Genesis nerd, and seriously, if I could, I just love that show. It's, yeah.
Yeah, that got me through high school.
Yeah, pretty much got me through high school. Cindy, you whingy little bitch.
Yeah.
The whole thing is that, in spite of the success of the original television series, and then the subsequent, like they had Death and Rebirth and the end of Evangelion movies, which still didn't explain how it's meant to end.
It did, but just, you know,
it did, but it was just like
a very disturbing manner.
Yeah, and if people don't know, the actual creator of the show actually suffered clinical depression. So it just doesn't help that he was. So, anyway, in their infinite wisdom, they decided to do a reboot of doing 4 movies.
Exactly.
The first 2 follow the original series quite well, and they've shoved in a new character.
Yeah.
And now the 3rd one's coming out, and you've heard some shocking things, haven't you?
Yes, I have been told you thought the ending of the last one was bad. This one takes the cake.
I know Oscar has one eye.
Oh, it just goes from like, where has this come from? Like, seriously, like, I heard, because apparently a friend of mine went to see it, because it's been on at one of those, what's the cinema called in Chinatown?
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it's
I didn't even know it was on.
Yeah, so it's been on for a week or something.
Oh.
So,
might check that out.
Yeah, so we went to see it, and he said the last third one that we all watched, and he said, yeah, even when he's happy, he's depressed. So, yeah, it just got some...
Shinji Ikari, you need some antidepressants or something.
Yeah, like, seriously, he said even when he was... Because apparently the one that he's done now, he's actually happy, but...
Shinji happy?
Yeah, but no, I don't know.
This does not work.
It just...
Yeah.
It's just...
So anyway, when it comes out on DVD through Mad Men, we'll be reviewing it, unless I get to the cinema first.
Exactly.
So that'll be one of the reviews. Now this week, on Friday actually, we're going to the Neon Genesis Evangelion Art Expedition.
Yep.
And we will be doing a review of it.
Yes.
Because, being the massive Neon Genesis nut that I am, I will be definitely going to see that.
Well, my nickname back in school was Oscar, so that's how massive I was.
Well, I love Oscar. Seriously.
Yeah, well...
Ray,
no.
Yeah, I like Ray.
Really?
Yeah, I'm fascinated with Ray.
I really had a hate relationship with Ray.
I love Ray for the fact that she was so fucking weird, pardon the French, and yet she's so incredibly distant, and yet so incredibly, I don't know, she cared about people, but she was just, I don't know, Ray.
See, I just found her to be boring, and I just wanted her to die.
No.
Well, hence the name Oscar, I think.
The other thing too is that the thing about Ray is that what I love about her is the fact that she actually is, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. She's actually she has the soul of Shinji's mother.
Yeah, well, in the original, she was actually a clone.
Well, she was a clone of Shinji's mother.
A couple.
And Shinji's... well, they used it to create the dummy plug system for the Evangelions. And, yeah, Shinji kind of had a thing for her. And that was the really weird part about the whole thing.
It just got to the point of... Oh, it got worse. Masato and him. Yeah, it just got to the point where it was just like, dude, stop now while you can.
It's just, I don't know, Neon Genesis Evangelion is this beautiful, beautiful thing, and yet it's the car crash. You just can't look away.
Exactly.
I've even downloaded a Kindle book explaining
what it is.
Yeah, I had to. Like, I was like, I had to read. I'm like, because if you've never watched it, it's extremely Genesis from the Bible. The whole thing is like the religious arcs within Neon Genesis is nuts.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of it. I think that's why he called it
Neon Genesis. Yeah, Evangelion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. And then you were telling me about the Pacific Rim ripoff.
Oh God, yes. I said Pacific Rim actually looks like a cross between Neon Genesis and Gundam.
Great.
It's about aliens who come to Earth, but we have to fight them in these big robot unit things. But it's underwater.
Yeah, pretty much Neon Genesis.
Exactly, and I'm just like, seriously, dudes, you can't think of something
new?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is that Supernova's coming up. As we know, I will be there. Kelly won't be. Also too, I'm going to the Supernatural convention.
Yes.
AKA thanks to Mike Shepherd. I love you. Seriously, he's awesome. And I'm also looking at going to Oz Comic Con. I think we're both looking at going to Oz Comic Con. Now, I know that the convention itself has a very tainted reputation. And I myself have gotten the bandwagon of saying it's crap. Because all my friends said it was crap.
Well, my friend said it was crap. He said he spent 4 hours in line. Yeah,
well, we're gonna attempt to go to Melbourne.
Yeah, and see it for ourselves.
Yeah, because I want to see it, and I'm a massive the Sarah Connor Chronicles fan, so I want to meet Thomas Dekker.
Yes, of course you do.
I do. He's hot.
Oh, the other thing we're doing as well sometime, hopefully this week, we'll be interviewing the directors of Most Popular Girls in School.
Yes, the Most Popular Girls in School. They like our review and they want us to talk to them about what they do.
Yeah, and so hopefully we can get a Skype thing going and...
Well, I've heard is if you've got any questions or anything you want to talk to them about or ask them anything about the series.
Yeah, that would be really good to put in the comments.
Tweet us, put it in the comments, put it on our Facebook page.
Exactly.
Let us know, because we'll ask them. Like, seriously, even if you want to know if they're single, we'll ask that.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly, we don't care.
Yeah, exactly. And,
I think we should do a cosplay for that too.
No. I cannot be Britney.
Oh, come on!
My hair's not blonde, though.
Oh, come on, it'd be fun.
You can be Britney.
Cheerleaders!
Oh, I can do a cheerleader thing. Yeah, I've got the pom-poms.
Yeah, you cheerleader.
And, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that should be very interesting and very awesome. So we've been very busy girls.
Yeah, we've been very busy girls, and, you know, hopefully over the next coming months we'll give you some more exciting things.
Well, yes. Oh, the other thing I'll be going to, Smash.
Oh, yeah, this one's going to Smash.
Yeah.
You're not taking me?
You can come with.
Okay. I mean, I don't like anime, but I'm going to go to an anime convention!
Well, Neon Genesis is anime.
Yeah,
so
true.
they might be showcasing that. We never know.
Well, Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040 is another drug of mine.
But as I said, so they may be showcasing that because that is the 18th year, so it might be the anniversary thing, so they may be showcasing it.
Well, and also to our friends at Animated Abbotsford will be there as well. We have to go down there, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
We do. We need to get down there.
Yeah. Sad.
So, hi guys.
Alright, herders, well, that's all for this week.
That's alright.
This is Lisa signing off.
Kelly signing out.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.